I'm going to call the budget hearing to order. Roll call.
Martha White.
Here.
Nicole Butler.
Here.
Andrew Osprey.
Here.
Andy Luther.
Here.
Bettina Goldwitzer.
Here.
Roy Geiser. Here. Kelly Rowe.
Since we're starting this hearing, I'm going to turn it over to Frank.
Thank you. Okay, so this is the public hearing for the FY26 final budget.
Right, is your mic on?
Talk loud.
Here. Just give it mine. Nope, mine doesn't.
It works.
Thank you. Okay, so what does the school board need to do in order to adopt the budget? Illinois requires certain procedures that a school board must follow to approve an annual budget. These actions include publishing a notice where and when the tentative budget will be on display. We did that, we published it in the Lake County News Sun. And it was also posted on our website. And then we have to post where and when and what time the budget hearing is going to be. So that was in the same notice that was in the paper. The tentative budget needs to be on display for 30 days before the final budget is adopted, and we had that on display in the hard copy in the office, as well as on our website, and that was also noticed. It was also in the notice that was in the paper. The budget's voted on and adopted by the school board at a public meeting held after the board here, the budget hearing. This is the budget hearing, so we'll vote on it afterwards. And the school district budget must be adopted by September 30th, and then we'll submit it electronically to the Illinois State Board of Education. So here's the timeline for the FY26 budget. At the August meeting, we went through the tentative budget in much more detail. And then tonight, you can see it's highlighted, September 15th, this is the public hearing. And once the budget's adopted, it'll be submitted to this meeting. So, since the tentative budget, we've made some changes as more current information has become available. So as far as the revenues, I know up on the screen it says EBF, but it actually did not change because we did get the final estimates before the day before the tentative budget was completed, so those are already in the tentative budget. The Illinois Department of Revenue came out, they released their final corporate personal property replacement tax estimates, which were $15,375 more than what the tentative budget had assumed. And since the tentative budget, the transportation claim has been submitted. But this change was the most significant, resulting in $354,000 increase to revenues. Then on the expenditure side, all the staff that have been hired since the tentative budget through last week have been added to the actual amounts instead of the place, in place of what the assumed amounts were. This only came out, the change only came out to be $26,200 increase in expenses. 2 more contracted teachers were hired since the tentative budget, so that did increase the purchase services by $150,000. And finally, all the grant allocations have been distributed to the correct account numbers. In the tentative budget, we had the amounts, but we didn't know which account line items they would be in because the grant applications have not been submitted or approved. Now they have been, so everything's been now allocated where they should be. So in total, the change from the tentative budget to the final budget is $6,300. So the final budget reflects on the far right column of $46.54 million in revenue and $46.6 million in expenditures. So this is a planned deficit of $61,100. So expecting to spend $61,100 more than we will be bringing in. This slide shows our projected fund balances by fund. As you can see, we are anticipating decreasing the total fund balance by $61,100. So we anticipate that the ending fund balance June 30th, 2026 to be $33,895,498. So, takeaways. It is a deficit budget, and it was intentional. There's no need for any deficit spending plan with the state because the district is financially stable. And there were budget refinements from the tentative to the final budget, as discussed earlier, like corporate personal property taxes, the pupil transportation claim, the updated salaries and benefits, as well as the grant applications. So what are our next steps? Adopt the final budget tonight, and then submit the final approved budget to ISB, and then submit it also to the Lake County Clerk. That's it. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank. Do we have a motion for adjournment? So, well, okay, I'll ask again because Frank asked if there were any questions, so I'll just. Okay, from visitors, I should say. Any questions? If not, do we have a motion for adjournment? Second. Roll call.
Martina Goetzer. Aye. Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrea Usry. Aye. Amy Luther. Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Corey Geisler.
All right, now I'm calling the regular board meeting to order. Diana, will you do the roll call?
Marcia White.
Here.
Nicole Butler. Here. Andrea Usry. Here. Amy Luther. Here. Martina Goetzer. Here. Corey Geisler. Here. Kelly Rowe.
All right, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm turning the meeting over to Superintendent Wilcox.
Thank you so much, Ms. White. So attached, I linked the board goals for 25-26, and I created action plans for each one of those 3 goals. And I would just like to know if anyone has any questions or comments or changes they'd like to see made, because later on the agenda we will ask for you to approve them. It is a working document and can be adjusted at any time, but just looking to see if anybody has any questions, comments, or changes they would like to see.
I have one question. Can we visit more than 2 schools?
Absolutely.
More than 2
You can
visits?
do it as often as you want. It's just a goal at a minimum. Any other questions? All right, excellent. The other thing, board member visits to the buildings. So one of the items included in the action plans for our 3 board goals include creating a monthly calendar of board member visits to buildings. My goal would be for each board member to commit to being in schools 2 times during the 25-26 school year. As part of your visit, you would write a short personal note to a couple of staff or students and give them your note and a core memory ball from your visit. We would use this as a specific storytelling point for our district in sharing the positive experiences our board members have in their building visits. Any thoughts, questions about that? Because that is specific to one of the goals. All right. Last thing, also included in one of the 3 goals is the District Champion Award. So I linked to my superintendent report the description of the award and how anyone can nominate someone for the award. This is also part of the board goal action plans. We will present our first District Champion Awards at the October board meeting, giving each person a magnet and a pin and a certificate. Nominated individuals be invited to the board meeting in order for Board of Education members to present the award to them personally and highlight how they embody our district mission to empower our students to learn, lead, and succeed as a connected community. And that is all I have for my superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Wilcox. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Roll call?
Bettina Goldwasser. Aye. Andy Luther.
Aye.
Bill Butler.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Lori Geiser.
Aye.
Andrew Usher.
Aye.
Thank you. Any correspondence? Any questions on old business? All right, moving on to any questions on building reports? We move on to our next section will be department reports. No questions? All right.
I could just interject long-range planning report. We did meet this last week. As of our meeting of last week, the Kenosha Road property is still waiting for with the Harvard Fire Department to coordinate with us on what they want to do to start burn. We're still waiting on that. As of our meeting last week, we were waiting for at Oak Crest, the new sign out by Lewis. Still waiting for the company to come by and sit down with Frank to go over the specifics, and hopefully that will have a contract signed here real soon. As you had been notified last week, Newport School had a gas leak, which is outside the building, and there are some things that we need to do internally to ensure that the piping supports are proper so we don't have a leak. We'll be working on that. Finally, in our agenda, action items for tonight is an adder for the Oak Crest bus route, and there's some additional socket work that is required by the contractor, and we recommend that that be approved.
Thank you, Mr. Luther. For the finance report.
Good evening. Good evening. We had the Finance Committee meeting this evening. We discussed the changes to the final 2026 budget. We asked questions. Thank you, Frank, for answering all the questions. And we also discussed some agenda items that is on this agenda for the board meeting that we need to approve. The fiscal year 25 administrative and teacher salary and benefits report, the resource officer contract, the IMRF salaries and benefit, and the change order for the structural framing installation for the bus garage. We discussed those that we are also going to be approving this evening, or up for approval this meeting. We also approved the treasurer's report and bills, and that is it, subject to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any CEDAW updates?
There was no meeting this month. We will be later this month with the tours of all the CEDAW sites. Other than that, the next governing board meeting is on December 3rd.
Thank you. Okay. We already talked about department reports. No questions on that. So we're going to move on to questions and comments from visitors. And I have a question here from Daniel Green.
Yes, my name's Dan Green. I work for Bow Renewables. We have a local office here. You want me to step up? Hello. Hey everyone. My name is Dan Green. I work for a company called Bow Renewables. We have several offices around the country, but one here locally in Chicago. I just want to make sure you guys are familiar with the Illinois Shines program, the adjustable block program they have, where essentially your school and your district can host a solar project at absolutely no cost to your district whatsoever. So by partnering with Bow Renewables, we design the project, develop it, we take care of everything, the financing, everything. You guys literally have nothing to worry about. Finance-wise, we cover your legal fees. You would just receive the benefits in over the long-term lease, a 40-year lease, where it depends on the size of the project. So you have several schools. So if you guys are interested, I can get you a more formal proposal so you can see those financial terms. But it's a 40-year lease, so you get quarterly rent payments from us. You'd also get an annual scholarship from us, so that might help with some of the budgeting things and the long-term revenue. You also get 10 to 15% off, lower reduced in energy savings and STEM opportunities for your different STEM programs and things like that. So it's a really great opportunity. We could also provide carport units, get you guys some covered parking, things like that. Again, zero cost to you guys whatsoever. We're essentially just leasing rooftop space and unused space from you guys for those projects. So I'll drop some information off for you guys, and I hope to hear from you. And maybe we can connect. I'll be here all week. I live back in Ohio, but again, we got an office up here, so always willing to come down and talk with you guys and connect, and hopefully we can bring a project to benefit your community. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn to closed session?
Second.
Roll call?
Nicole Butler. Aye. Andrew Osmond. Christina Goetzer. Corey Geisler. Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrew Luther.
All right, we're going to go into closed session. All right, we're back into open session. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Bettina Goetzer. Aye. Andrew Usry. Aye. Marcia White.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Corey Geisler.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve the 25-26 budget?
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
It didn't phase it. It didn't look up.
We should have waited longer. I'm over 3.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andrew Usry.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Okay, that passed. Do I have a motion to approve the 25-26 Student Resource Center as Resource Officer contract?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call?
Andrew Usry.
Aye.
Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Corey Geisler.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
That's passed. Do I have a motion to approve the fiscal year 25 administrator and teacher salaries and benefits report?
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Andrew Usry.
Aye.
Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Okay, approved. Do I have a motion to approve the fiscal 26 IMRF salaries and benefits exceeding $75,000?
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
Marcia White.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andrew Usry.
Aye.
And passed. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution to transfer $2 million from the education fund to the capital projects fund?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Andrew Usry. Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Marcia White.
Aye. So that passed. Do I have a motion to approve the change order of A101-2017 for the structure framing installation at the bus garage?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Marcia White.
Aye.
Andrew Usry.
Aye.
That passed. Do I have a motion to approve the 25-26 board goals?
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
Corey Geisler. Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andrew Usry.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Aye.
Marcia White.
Aye. That passed. And here's the hardest one of all. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved. Second?
Roll call?
Andrew Usry.
Nay.
Bettina Goetzer.
Aye.
Kelly Roberts. Marcia White.
Aye.
Corey Geisler. Nicole Butler.
Aye.
Andy Luther.
Those two can stay. The rest of us are leaving.
I need everyone to sign the budget.